Welcome to Back of the Room. Had a great guest tonight, very funny comedian, Angela Smith.
Hello.
Hello, how are you doing?
Good. I don't know where to look. You have such a professional. Do I look straight into it?
You can. You can just, just point at all the cameras,
Yeah, look
whatever you want to do.
over there.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I don't even know where to look. I've done a few of these, but I'm still figuring it out.
Am I close enough to the microphone?
Maybe closer.
Okay.
You got to Dave Grohl it with a mouth on it like that. But no, you
I know
good.
several comedians that do the mic like
Yeah.
that. It's
Then you go
disgusting.
after him, you're like, oh, that smells
So that's
weird.
Yeah, that's how COVID started.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
How you doing?
I'm good, man. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, thanks for being here. Did you have a good weekend?
I did. It was Mother's Day.
It
over
was.
the weekend.
Yeah.
So I took my mom and every other mom in St. Louis to the Botanical Garden.
Oh, nice.
Amazing. About heat index of 103.
Nice.
Not a breeze to be had.
Yeah.
Lots of crying children, myself included.
Yeah.
And, yeah, so it was a time, man. It was good.
You probably had to buy tickets in advance for that, I'm guessing.
You should
a
have.
hot ticket,
yeah,
right?
You probably should have, or you could have done what I did and not just wait in line behind a bunch of county hillbillies
Yeah.
that don't know that gardens aren't free.
Yeah,
So,
that sounds about right.
it's
Well,
good. How
Sounds
about
good.
you? Yeah, did you do anything?
I did the same thing, or not
You
the
were at the
same
garden?
thing. I wasn't. I was at a garden, but it was at
Everybody
my
was at the garden.
parents' house.
Nice.
She gardens.
Okay.
But yeah, we just went up there, hung out with the family, my brother and his wife, and had a fish fry.
Oh, nice.
Very country
Yeah.
thing to do. But
Where's your family live?
Foley, Missouri,
I don't even know.
no one does.
South?
North.
North.
Yeah.
Wouldn't expect a northern
Yeah.
fish fry.
Like 40 minutes north on the river, kind
Yeah.
of. 160 population.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow, you got out, huh?
Yeah. I liked it. It was cool.
Yeah.
Like, where are you from? I know we
Oh,
know
I'm from,
of each other, but not a
You
ton
know
of.
me, I'm a big city gal. I grew up
Yeah.
in Arnold.
Yeah, that's a big city compared to Foley for
Yeah.
sure.
We got that water tower.
Yeah.
Yep. They added a bread co 10 years after I moved out. There's a Starbucks there now. You know, when I grew up there was an Applebee's and a trash can that was constantly on fire somewhere. Those were
That's
the
not bad.
landmarks,
That's more than
so,
we had.
yeah.
We still don't have a gas station. They put a Dollar General there for some reason.
Oh.
And like 160 people probably don't need their own Dollar General, but
Nice if it's never crowded.
it's never crowded at
Or
all.
it's the most like all 160 people are like, that's what we do on Friday night, boy. We go to Dollar General.
It's not crowded, but that is the only place you can go.
Yeah.
And you have to drive about 10 miles to get gas. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But it was a good time. Yeah. Molly had some friends in town,
Nice.
hung out with them, went down to Ballpark Village, some bars and stuff.
Okay, yeah. I forget
yeah.
you guys are a lot younger than me. So
Not
yeah.
really.
You're in your 20s or 30s?
30s. That's
Early or late?
mid.
Okay, well, yeah. No, I'm just old. I'm just old at heart. Like Ballpark Village. In this
That was
economy?
Molly's choice. It was like, all right.
Yeah.
It was good though. Katie's Pizza and
That place is
Pasta.
great. Yeah.
Very good.
That's amazing. If you want a $28 plate of pasta, then you're going to be hungry 15 minutes
Yeah.
later. Oh, that's your place.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
did a pizza and pasta and then split them.
Oh, okay.
So
Great. So you're
wasn't
yeah.
wasn't the most
go all out.
affordable, but
No.
it was not. It was good.
Yeah, let me know if you need help with your house payment this month.
Yeah, I might. So grew up in Arnold. How was the childhood? How did everything go?
Well,
Not getting too deep,
I
but
became a
just,
comedian. How do you think it
yeah,
went?
I hear you. We don't need to go into further than that.
Nope. Moving on. No, just that.
Yeah, we're drinking vodka here.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, cheers.
Cheers to that. I love the pink cups. Funny
Yeah.
Bone finally representing
Yeah,
the women.
they're just they get those runs. They get the pink run of cups right now.
Love
It's
the
pretty
pink
good.
run.
Yeah. So I know that you're also married to a comedian,
I am.
Charlie Winfrey.
Charlie Michael Winfrey.
That silly son of a bitch. How's he
He's so
doing?
silly. He's doing great. I left him a box of sandwiches on the table.
Okay.
And I was like, I gotta go. But there's a box of sandwiches on the table for you, and he will be occupied all night long.
That's pretty nice. You
Yeah.
kind of treat him like another pet almost.
he's one
You're
of
just
the
like,
pets.
there's the food.
Yeah.
Call me if you need anything.
Yep.
I guess dogs can't call you, but
No.
he can.
Yeah, but sometimes.
Yeah.
Depends on if his paws are full of sandwiches. But no. Yeah, I did. I married another comedian, and you married a comedian,
Yeah.
Molly, right? How's she doing?
She's doing great. She's doing good. She's got her new car.
That's right.
Yeah, her old one broke.
Marital property now, that car.
Yeah.
I split it 50-50 in the divorce. Did you guys
Well,
get
let's
a
hope
prenup?
not. But I don't know. I don't.
You would know if
Not.
you got one.
I did not.
We got one.
Okay.
Yeah, because I married a comedian.
Yeah.
So
You guys can just split
no, there's no splitting.
your jokes, I guess. or
No,
I-
he can. Nobody wants my jokes.
No, they say that opposites attract, and I think
Yeah.
that's kind of the same for probably both of us.
Yeah.
If I was guessing, you know,
Yeah.
Charlie and Molly probably being the
You think
other
Molly's
opposite.
a lot different than you?
Yeah,
How's it like?
she's just more.
Oh
Whoa,
boy.
HP smart. What the fuck?
Oh,
Sorry
man.
about that.
Guys, we got to do an update. I'm sorry.
No, sorry about that.
All right.
No, but yeah, I'd say Molly is the more outgoing,
Extroverted.
extroverted, likable
Like a bull.
person,
Yes.
and I'm just introverted guy hanging out with her.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm not saying that you're like that or anything,
oh
but
no.
you and Charlie are not
Probably-
exactly the same.
Honestly, I mean, it's inside baseball of this comedy scene, but if you had asked anyone if Angela Smith would be married to Charlie Winfrey someday, you would have gotten laughed out of the room. Like, we are a very unlikely couple.
Yeah, I mean that's good though. I
Yeah,
think.
He's
I mean,
so funny, though.
yeah, he's
Like,
funny.
He's just he's a good dude, and he's, I hate to go on record to say he's funnier than me, but he's a little bit funnier than me. And, he's just always a good time, and I'm more like buttoned up and like have to have everything figured out all the time. I'm the grown up, but he's a good grown up too.
Yeah, and Molly's pretty good at planning. I'm not a good planner, but she's definitely the extroverted. I'm introverted.
Yeah.
But
We're both
it works
extroverted.
out.
That's what's crazy. But
Yeah.
he's definitely more extroverted than I am. The older I get, the more introverted I get. So
I got you.
yeah,
Well, I think it's good.
yeah,
you
it's
know.
working so far.
Yeah, I saw that you guys had a big trip recently.
We went to Las Vegas to see Fish,
Nice.
the band, not a nice aquarium.
Yeah,
like all
like
the,
this one.
Yeah, no, oh my god, yeah. Jimmy's got this amazing aquarium in here that is shoot, what is that? Is that Nemo? I think I just saw Nemo go by.
Yeah, it's pretty. It was pretty pricey.
Honestly, I would have preferred this. The Fish concert was cool. It was at the Sphere.
That's awesome.
So
Probably.
yeah, it's like a $2 billion. It's like I don't know if the Omnimax kept going, right?
Yeah.
And you're like all around. And then Fish played there for 4 nights. Thank God I only had to go 1. And we did that, and we went with another comic, Frank Chubb.
Okay, I know
And,
Frank.
Frankie, he's nuts. He was so fun, and we had a great time. It was just a lot of smelly hippies in one place.
Yeah.
And it was a long way to go to see Fish.
Yeah,
So-
I don't know anything about Fish. Like I know that people love them, but I really don't. I just don't know. I don't know if I don't like them or I like them, or I just think it's like a hippie-ish kind of
Yeah.
people getting high and watching them jam down.
Yeah. I mean, if you've heard one Fish song, you've heard all the Fish songs. So
It's like squirreling up the tree,
it
or
just,
I don't. Yeah,
I don't know. It's watching Charlie watch Fish is like watching a child celebrate Christmas for the first time. So there's just something so pure and lovely about it,
Uh-huh.
where he is just so undeniably happy and lost in that moment every time. I mean, he's also eaten enough acid to have met God twice. So he's just got like this perfect brain.
Fish brain.
He's got fish brain.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a fish head. So yeah, so it's nice that he's having a nice time.
Yeah. Well, it's nice that you went with them.
Yeah.
And I'm sure just the Sphere, like the
The spectacle of
visual-
it was great. The visuals were awesome.
Yeah.
Great margaritas there because I can't handle weed. Never have been able to. Get super freaked out and think I'm dying. So, like,
Okay.
it's all lost on me, man. Like it's legal now and everyone's so excited,
Uh-huh.
and I'm like, I'm still weird. Like I'll be awkward forever. There's nothing for me. So,
yeah, you could figure it out. I don't know how it works on that, but like, do you have to be high to enjoy Fish? I feel like that's like a
Yeah.
prerequisite almost.
Yeah, no, I think so. I think you have to be high, or have suffered some sort of concussion in line. Like I don't know. No, it's fine. I don't want to dump on him too. I mean, I go like once a summer with him to
Okay.
a show, and I have a nice time. Like no,
It's a concert. You're hanging out. I'm sure it's not that bad.
Yeah,
I
it's not
really
bad.
don't know much about him.
nah, they're no Matchbox 20, but you know,
Yeah.
not Rob Thomas up there. If
Yeah.
it was, you know, and I get why people throw their lives away for Rob Thomas. Just
Yeah.
these Fish guys. I don't know. I think they'll be around for a while though.
What are you gonna do? You know, what did you do? Anything else cool in Vegas? Or
We got in a domestic dispute at the pool. that was something.
That's par for the course for Vegas, though.
Oh my God. We stayed in this really nice hotel. It was called Crockford's, which just doesn't sound nice.
That doesn't sound nice.
No,
It sounds like there's a mascot of like an alligator
I know.
or crocodile, I guess it would be.
Crockford's. Or it
Yeah.
sounds like, I don't know, like a type of hepatitis you get or something. It's got Crockford's hepatitis. And, but we stayed there because we got this really good rate on it. And it was beautiful. And we had like access to a pool just for the hotel guests. And I love a pool. 90% of the reason I went on this trip was just to sit by the pool. And one day I was feeling feisty because I won $30 on a slot machine.
Okay.
And I was like, you know what? I can afford bottle service by this pool at 9 a.m.
Nice.
while my husband's still upstairs asleep. And I ordered a bottle of champagne and some orange juice and ate no breakfast because that's my favorite way to roll. And he came down 3 hours later. And by the time he'd gotten there, I had like concocted this elaborate plan because I was having the best day. And we were supposed to fly out at 4 p.m. that day to go home. And it was a Saturday. And I was like, you know what? We're having the best time. We're high rollers. Like, we're going to stay another day. I'm going to get the dog sitter to stay another day. We're going to stay another night in this bomb hotel. Like, oh, we'll get bottle service. We'll go to a nice steak dinner. Like, I was so pumped. And then he came down and I was like, hey, so here's what's happening. We're going to stay another day. This is blah, 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 blah. And I'm sure all he heard was me being like, here's what's going to happen. And you're going to get in the pool. And I'm not going to get on a plane. And we're going to have a good time. I think that's what he heard. And he was immediately like, I don't know how we're going to stay another day. And I turned on a dime. I was like, absolutely not. I was like, you don't get to tell me no. You don't get to tell me we're not staying in Las Vegas.
I just sat through fish.
I'm like, I'm the one paying for it. And I wish that the hardest part of my day was my wife wanted me to extend our luxury vacation by one more day. I mean, I went from 0 to 100 on the psychometer in front of everyone at this pool. And we figured out what happened was, besides the bottle of champagne on an empty stomach, was that I had had a whole conversation with myself and sorted it all out before he ever got there. And so I was like, oh, yeah, he's going to come down and just know. And he's going to be like, yep, this is perfect. Like,
yeah.
Wow, why are you so good at vacation?
Yeah. Charlie would have had to plan something at that point
Yeah.
to take over. Just be like,
I know.
It's
And
not,
his concerns were
it's not
so
logical.
his concerns were so stupid. He's like, well, if we stay another day, who's going to watch the pets? I'm like, come on. Come on. Who's going to watch the pets? Our next door neighbor can come over and watch. We got friends, people owe us favors. You think I haven't thought through this?
Yeah.
So I was like insulted that he had any questions about my plan as if I didn't have all the answers. And that is maybe only the third fight we've ever been in
That's
I don't know,
pretty good.
5 years. And it lasted for 10 minutes until he was like, oh, okay, yeah, if we have a pet sitter, we should stay. Like,
Nice.
Yeah.
So did you guys stay?
oh, yeah, we stayed.
Okay.
Yeah, we had a great time.
Yeah, I thought he might flip it around. Just be like, we got to go. But
He did have tickets to an AEW wrestling event back
okay.
at home that he had to miss. And I think that was driving a little bit of his
Yeah.
hesitation. And I'm like, oh,
If
so
it
you want me
was-
to lose my whole weekend to fish and professional wrestling?
Yeah.
Okay. Glad I waited till I was 35 to get married so we could do this.
Yeah, you got a good point. But if it was WWE,
I know.
maybe
Well,
he
and
would have.
WrestleMania was the previous weekend.
Yeah.
We lost our entire weekend to that. That's a whole
Mhm.
2-day affair. Great WrestleMania.
Yeah, I heard good things.
It was great.
Well, it doesn't sound like you guys fight much. Like,
Nah.
who do you think annoys the other one more? Is
He
that a
annoys
thing?
me. Oh, God.
That's what I was gonna guess.
Oh,
Probably.
absolutely. Here's the deal. I might annoy him, but he is, again, like he's got the loveliest brain and the loveliest disposition about things. So he doesn't have to tell me every time he's annoyed with me. But I can't help myself. Like,
Yeah.
he'll do the dumbest stuff. Like, he'll be watching TV and then he'll start watching a video on his phone and I can't handle noise coming from 2 different sources.
I don't like that either.
No. I'm like, you have to pick. You have to pick.
Yeah.
Like, which one are you going to watch? And just stuff like that. But yeah, but he's all, I don't know. Someday when I'm dead and like somebody finds this podcast, they're going to be like, yeah, she was complaining that he's always like happy and like singing songs around the house and she can hear him like playing drums on the desk downstairs because he's in a good mood. Like,
What are you gonna do?
like we don't deserve dogs. I don't deserve Charlie, just the golden retriever of humans.
No, I think you're a good match. Like
Mhm.
I think I annoy Molly probably more than she annoys me.
Really?
She does a few things that are annoying me, but not anything major. But I feel like I'm I'm the winner on that.
I would guess the more extroverted person would be like making more noise and like doing more things. So, like, what do you do that's annoying to her, you think?
I think I just say shit sometimes that she's like, what the fuck? Like, we were at my parents' and we were watching basketball, I think, and then a commercial came on for that Amy Winehouse
The movie.
biopic
Yeah.
thing. And then her and my sister-in-law started talking about it, like, oh, you remember that song and this? And I was like, spoiler alert, she's dead.
Oh, boy.
And they both were just like, what the fuck?
But you're like, I don't
So-
need to see the Titanic. I know how it ends.
So just dumb shit like that
That's not so
mostly.
bad.
But yeah, we're doing good.
Yeah.
We're both doing good.
You guys have pets?
We do not.
Okay, we should help you with that. Yeah. We got this.
Well, we do have a house from 1890 that currently doesn't have a kitchen, bathroom, or working laundry.
Okay, well, I don't know that a dog needs to use the bathroom like in a human bathroom, you
Yeah.
know, or like the kitchen. Is he going to be cooking for you guys?
If
or-
possible.
I mean,
That'd
you
be
could-
pretty sweet.
What happens is this is perfect, actually. You get a dog, you don't have kitchen, you don't have laundry, you don't have bathroom. You all shit outside, and you all eat kibble out of bowls. You know,
It's well, I'll kick it around.
you never, yeah.
It's not a bad idea.
If you need a cat, we have this like 48-pound cat named Popcorn.
48.
Might be a slight exaggeration. Well, we don't know how big he is because we don't take him to the vet because we don't love him. You know,
Uh-huh.
I
I mean, he's obese, obviously, so he's. I mean,
he
what are you
breathes
gonna do?
like Tony Soprano.
Nice.
Like you can hear him coming. He's just like, like cat is 3. We're killing him. But if you want him, you know, he's a good mouser.
I got you.
Yeah,
Well, I'll kick it around.
that's fine.
you
I've been
know.
asking everybody.
Yeah,
So.
all
Guy
right.
at Quick Trip didn't want him either.
Got just kind of a speed round. I know we're still kind of getting to know
Okay.
each other
Yeah,
here.
right.
Just favorite stuff. You know,
Okay.
that's my favorite. Favorite color.
Oh God, glitter.
Glitter.
Yeah, my favorite color is glitter.
That's a color.
Well, I think it reflects a lot of colors.
So silver.
Nah, glitter.
Like, you ever see that movie with Natalie Portman?
Glitter?
No, it's not called glitter,
Oh, that was
but
Mariah
like
Carey.
there was like a shimmer thing, and then they went in there, and there was like aliens or some shit, and it was like a little, like a pinkish glittery thing.
No, but you're really selling it.
Annihilation.
No, I like let's call it like iridescent, like rainbowy stuff. I like I like colorful stuff. I got like crazy colorful nails right
Okay.
now. Yeah,
That's a good answer.
yeah.
Favorite band? I know it's not Fish.
It's not Fish, and it's not Matchbox 20. Ooh, that's a great question. Right now, really into Death Cab for Cutie and the Postal Service, like just a throwback to the early 2000s. I'm about to see them for the 3rd time this year, next
Okay.
week. So, like all that indie
Nice. I
sad
saw
bastard music.
Greta Van Fleet 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Nice, yeah.
That was good.
I hear they put on a good show.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome. A lot of pyrotechnics, and
Yeah.
they're good. A favorite SNL cast member?
Oh, it's so tough, but I gotta go Will Ferrell.
Yeah.
I mean, just
too.
what a remarkable career.
Yeah.
And just left us with so much funny. Like he's dead. He left us with so many funny, quotable things. Like we were talking about this. I talk about this a lot, and not to detract from. We'll get through the speed round.
Yeah.
But like when Will Ferrell left SNL and started making movies, I feel like that was the last great era of comedy movies. Like those quotable,
Yeah.
like Old School and Anchorman, and like I loved Kicking and Screaming. I know that was like a lesser known one of his.
I like that one.
I guess you had Seth Rogen and Jonah Hill, and they came after. But like, I just feel like those movies, like they just don't make them like that anymore.
They really don't. I
Step Brothers
can't-
to me was like the last great comedy.
Yeah. I can't think of a comedy that's come out in the last 5 years. That's
No, it's because everything's on
Good.
streaming now, or it's like
Yeah.
cut up into series. Like I'm sure there's funny stuff that's made me laugh. I just no comfort movies.
yeah.
Or, yeah. So yeah, Will Ferrell for
Will
sure.
Ferrell needs to make another one.
Yep.
Favorite appetizer?
Oh man, Bob. Jeez.
It's a tough one, apparently.
God. My mind immediately goes to the Applebee's menu.
Okay.
And so, big fan of boneless buffalo wings. Big fan of bone-in buffalo wings. Big fan of spinach dip, no artichokes. Could leave a mozzarella stick.
Yeah.
Who needs it?
If they're done really good, they're good, but they're pretty mediocre.
I mean,
I'd probably go wings if I was.
Wings are good. Oh, pretzels. I like pretzels. Like
Pretzels are good.
sticks. So Gotta go sampler on this one, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
TGI Fridays sampler platter.
Yes,
I've
those are
done that
good. Or
before.
the Chili's, those Southwest egg rolls. That might be
Okay.
my answer. That might be the best, most perfect appetizer.
Okay.
Anything you get to dunk in ranch.
Yeah, I mean, you can dunk anything in ranch,
That is true.
but you know,
yeah.
not everything's good in ranch. But
No, I know, but yes,
most
it is.
most things are.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but yes, it is.
Favorite sitcom?
Ooh, that's a good one. The ones that I find myself rewatching are pretty standard. Like I love The Office. I love Parks and Rec. Those are two of my comfort shows. Office has not aged well. Like I don't think they could.
I could see some
of
of
the
them. Yeah.
episodes, but like that one to me, I just I really like whatever that single camera comedy, whatever they call that, where they do interviews with people and stuff. So
Gotcha.
Detroiters. Detroiters is
That
probably
was
my
a great
absolute
one.
favorite. Yeah,
That's a great one.
yeah, that show.
Is that on anything right now?
It's I watch it on Pluto, and they have like a Comedy
Okay.
Central channel, and Detroiters will come on. I think it's also on Paramount Plus.
Okay.
because they bought a lot of the rights to stuff. So
Nice.
God, Detroiters is so funny.
That was a great one. Yeah, I love all the stuff that he's done.
Yeah.
But I've only seen that one once through, I think, so I need to find that again.
That one's great, and we're getting into we're rewatching Arrested Development. That one always cracks me up.
Nice.
Yeah,
Never seen it all the way through. I've seen like 2/3 probably.
I'd say you probably saw it all then. Like
Okay.
the first 2-3 seasons are the best.
Okay.
And then, then it moves to like wherever Netflix.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. A favorite Keanu Reeves movie.
Oh, John Wick 4.
Okay.
Huge fan of the John Wick franchise.
I love John Wick.
Yeah,
4 though. I mean, I liked 4. It was really good.
I love 4.
4
I also
was good.
3 is really actually it go back and forth between 3 and 4 because John Wick 3 is so amazing. And Halle Berry has those freaking German shepherds,
Mhm.
and the dogs are used a lot, and they're just awesome. Really like that, but I like John Wick 4. One, because it's like 4 hours long, and that's what everybody wants is just 4 hours of like action and no
Yeah.
dialogue and just like killing and stuff.
And a blind guy that
And a
just
blind
can.
guy, and then what's his face from It is the
Skarsgård?
Skarsgård, Bill Skarsgård.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like the bad guy.
That was a
and-
good one.
Yeah,
That one, yeah, that one's up there. I'd probably go in like my favorite 1, 4,
Mhm.
3, 2.
yeah, yep. I
Or
would
3
say
3 and 4 are pretty close.
They
I
are
think.
pretty close.
I like 1 because he had a Mustang in the first,
Oh yeah.
and then but they were
Yeah.
all good.
I don't like 1 because they kill the dog. So,
Yeah, that was a
yeah. There's a website that I use before I watch any movie, and it's called doesthedogdie.com because I'm super sensitive about stuff happening to animals. Like, so I have to look everything up that we go see to make sure that like a dog or a cat doesn't die or get hurt. And the page for John Wick is pretty hilarious.
Did you see the first one in theaters without knowing?
Yes.
So you probably loved it actually, though, because you're like,
Oh.
holy fuck, he's fucking everybody up because
Yeah.
they killed the dog.
I mean, I've never related to a hero more than like I will burn my whole life down and yours. You should have left my dog
Yeah,
alone
dog and the Mustang.
and the Mustang.
Yeah.
And don't mention my wife, okay? I would rather be alive and suffering to preserve her memory than be dead in the ground, said John Wick. And I believe it was John Wick 4. It might have been 3. I also think that John Wick 4, Charlie and I argue about this. Oh, well, it doesn't matter. If you haven't seen it by now, I can't help you.
Yeah.
But he dies in the end. And
Or does he?
I know. And
Yeah.
Charlie's like, no, he's done. He's not going to make any more. I'm like, are you outside of your mind?
They're making another one, right?
I haven't heard that they are.
I thought they were, but that could have been hearsay.
I feel like they left it open-ended enough
Mhm.
that you could absolutely make more.
Still got the blind guy,
Yeah.
and
Still
then
got Winston, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Who is also the dad in Hot Rod, so I can never take him seriously. Like, I love him in the John Wick movies, but I'm like, yeah, I saw Andy Samberg fight you.
Yeah.
Like,
it's another great movie.
Hot Rod's wonderful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's a good one. Have you seen MacGruber?
Have I seen MacGruber?
It's another good one. A lot of people haven't seen it.
I have seen MacGruber so many times. That might be the SNL movie I've seen the most besides Night at the Roxbury. But I remember I was back when I was still single, and I was like 23 or 24 shopping at Schnucks when they used to sell DVDs. And they had a $5 sale, and I went in and I got a basket, and I was going to get some stuff to make for dinner. I didn't find anything, but I did find a $5 copy of MacGruber. So I'm
Nice.
walking around with a basket and just one $5 copy of MacGruber, and the produce guy is like, that just a MacGruber DVD?
Like, yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
Like, marry me or don't. Like, this is who I am. So,
I think you made the right choice.
I still have
You
that
got to
DVD.
buy that.
It's great.
I still have all mine too, and Molly gives me shit. She's like, "Why do you still have these?" I'm like, "Why would I not?"
Well, yeah, and DVDs have special features, and I miss commentary, and yeah, they were way more interesting. Also, a DVD is media you own. There are movies that I have purchased on Amazon that are gone. I'm like,
Really?
well, then I want my 1999 back.
Yeah, they should because I guess it's just off of the platform, and then
Yeah, I don't know if it was like a licensing issue, and I'm like, well, it was Untouchable, the Drew Peterson story from Lifetime that starred Rob Lowe, and I paid $20 American so that I would have it forever, and now it's gone.
That's a travesty.
I think there's a lawsuit there.
I think so. Well, I think we're going to take a quick break. Be right back with more Back of the Room and Angela Smith. All right, we're back. More Back of the Room, sitting here with Angela Winfrey. Sorry.
Please don't take my agency away.
Sorry about that.
You're born into a name as unique as Smith. You want to keep it for as long as you can. So
Angela Smith. Sorry about that. It's just we were talking about him so much, he just crept into my brain.
he'll do that. That's how you end up married to him.
Apparently.
You start off hating him, and then you're like, how did we get to this altar? Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to go into some comedy questions now. We're sitting here in the back of the Funny Bone.
Yep.
Want to always get into the comedy questions. Did you start doing it here?
You mean in St. Louis or at the Funny Bone? Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Both, I guess.
No, I didn't come around the Funny Bone immediately. I did a lot of just bar mics and independent shows, and got my start really doing like storytelling showcases. Chris Sear used to run one called All the Feels. And I remember doing that one, and I took my diary, like my Hello Kitty diary from when I was 5, and you read stories about your feelings and stuff, and that was super fun, and I like that. And then Ella Fritz was running a mic at a place called Ballantyne's in Lafayette Square.
Okay.
R.I.P. And I tried that, and I really liked it, and so just kept really, I don't know, just doing small shows, and I can't remember if I, got my first weekend here, if it was at Helium, but this club has been great to me.
Right on.
Yeah.
So do you remember your first show, where it was, how it went, that kind of stuff, or your first open mic or whatever it was?
I remember my first open mic because I had really been like writing and editing and trying to come up with like a good 3 minutes, and went up at Ballantyne's, and it was all just other comics. There was no audience, and it went really well. I feel like everyone's first time goes well because people are so supportive. It's that second and third and 50th time that you got to watch out for. So
you got to watch out for all of them, I guess, but you just never know. But it's good. It went well for the first one.
Yeah, but I remember liking it enough. And then when I did start coming up here, just some of the old school folks that are such pros like Greg Warren and Tim Convey and Sean O'Brien, and they were all so nice and supportive toward me and gave me some opportunities, and like Greg had me open up for him a few times or do guest sets and stuff, and it was really cool. It was just super supportive. So I've always considered this, this would be the home club.
Yeah, for sure.
Something special about Funny Bone, man.
Yeah, for sure. It's a great room.
Yeah.
Can't say enough good things about it.
No.
What you kind of touched on it, but what's your writing process like, or do you have a
lazy? It's It depends. I wish ideas came to me more frequently these days. Like, I feel like, there's some people that'll do the same jokes forever and it works for them. I get really tired of stuff pretty quickly, but then I'll find myself cycling old things back in. So it really, like, my writing process is, it comes from life. It's something funny that happened to me. Write it down in notes on the iPhone, kind of think about it a little bit, maybe like talking to my recorder about it, or see if there's something there, take it to the open mic, refine, and see if it makes it to the stage. So.
That sounds like a good process.
It used to be Twitter. Twitter used to be
just throw it out there, see if you get a couple likes.
And that really was helpful. And then Twitter became such garbage. And I think I abandoned the platform a couple years ago. And I haven't gotten into Threads, but I feel like there's not a great way to just throw one-liners out there anymore. I'm like, I guess I could see if my Facebook friends, does my grandma like this one? So I feel like I wish there was something like that still. Where
Yeah.
I could test some stuff out. But
It's X now,
oh yeah,
and
X.
it's not great.
No,
Do people use X? I think I
I
have
don't.
one, but I don't really use it.
I don't know. I when there was the Kendrick and Drake beef happening a couple weeks ago, I don't have TikTok and like nobody on my Facebook's talking about it. And
Yeah.
so I was like, oh, I bet Twitter has something, and they sure did. So I got all the hot takes. But other than that, it's been pretty useless to me.
Okay. I didn't get into the Kendrick and Drake
Oh,
beef,
man.
but I've heard it's probably isn't how many diss tracks are there?
Well, technically speaking, there are no. I don't know. I fell off after whatever the last one was that Kendrick put out, but it was an entertaining weekend.
Yeah.
It was nice to have entertainment news that wasn't about Taylor Swift
Yeah.
for once. So yeah, it was like watching a soap opera unfold. It was great.
A few back and forth is pretty good, I
Yeah.
think, but you can't have like 10.
No,
This can't be
People
going
get
on for a month.
tired,
Be
yeah.
like, leave, just fuck off, man.
yeah, just don't be
we
friends.
both did a couple. It's
Yeah.
fine.
Don't be friends and don't date teenagers.
Yeah.
You know that's
Yeah, just knock it off. You
yeah. Just
goofballs.
be nice to each other, guys. We're
Yeah.
just all here to have fun.
Who are some of your favorite comedians?
Oh man. Conan O'Brien is my favorite of all time. Like just so wacky and so funny and so quietly funny sometimes, and just his presence is funny. Yeah, so I think he's my absolute favorite.
He's my favorite late night host for
Oh,
sure.
for
yeah.
sure. I mean, I loved Letterman.
Yeah.
Like grew up watching, and Letterman I liked because he was like more dry and he wasn't for everyone. He was a little more off the wall with some of the segments that he did, but like there's just no competition for Conan. He's just like a once in a lifetime talent. I feel
Yeah.
like really like the new shows that he's been putting out on Max.
Watch the first one. It was good.
Yeah.
Did you see the Hot Ones?
Yes, I did.
That was very good.
Conan's episode of Hot Ones is unhinged.
Yeah.
Highly recommend that viewing. So yeah, I really like him. I love Nate Bargatze. I think it's I think Nate is a great example of it is all in the delivery.
Mhm.
And kind of like what brand do you build for yourself, because the things he says are just basic things, but when they come out of his mouth, they are so funny.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like when you go to the art museum and you see like a painting and it's just like some blotches of paint and you're like, I could have done that.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, but you didn't. And it wasn't the right context and it wasn't the right moment. And I just think he's great. Saw him at the drive-in during COVID.
Okay.
He came to the Skyview drive-in in Belleville and everyone sat in their cars and like when they liked a joke, they'd honk their horns or like flash their lights. It was bizarre and he did the best under those circumstances. So
That would be a little weird if you were just getting honks instead of laughs. You'd be like, all right, that was a late honk. Like, what are you guys doing?
Yeah.
Like, you're fucking me up here. But
yeah.
that was probably cool. I saw him at Helium one time. But yeah, he was great. Saw you opened for Attell
Oh, yes,
recently. Went to
yeah.
one of those shows. That was awesome.
Oh my God. Yeah. I can't leave Attell off that short list of favorite comics.
Yeah.
Like, what a prince. He is so good at what he does. And he is so generous with his advice and his time and not making you feel like I don't know, just some weirdo burden hosting for him, sitting in a green room at a comedy club on what is this, the 40th stop of his tour. And
Yeah.
he does this every night and meets different people every week for the last 30 years. Like, he is the man.
Yeah.
He was like, I've opened for some people that were not the man, you know, like some bigger names that were absolute scumbags. And he is not that. Just I had the best time working with him.
Yeah, I'm sure that was cool just hanging out with him in the green room or
Yeah.
just, I saw he kind of brought you guys back out and was like
Yeah.
fucking with you a little and stuff. That was cool.
Yeah, no, he had great advice. And just he kept asking questions about me and wanted to know what I wanted to do in comedy and like what, I don't know, what I thought was funny. And I don't know. It was, I can't believe how regular of a person he is with the career that he's had. And
Yeah.
it was such a fortunate opportunity that Tina D-Ball was on tour when he came in, because she was originally asked to host and she's like, I'm going to be on tour, but you should have Angela Smith do it. And she
Nice.
threw that my way. And it got me in gear, man. I'd been taking quite a long break from comedy, especially from clubs. And when they offered me that weekend, I got back out there immediately. Like Jeremy Helwig, another local comic in town, very funny. He took me with him to Kansas City and we did shows and we were writing and editing. And I was just really trying to get a tight host set. Like, because I've been doing this for, I don't know, 7, 8 years now. So I have a feature set, but I like wanted to be really confident and have like a tight 10 minutes that I knew was like heavy hitting. And it was such a good exercise and just not being lazy and like working towards something. And I think it paid off. I had a great weekend with him and it was great.
Yeah, he's the man. Like you mentioned, like some advice. Did he give you any certain advice, where you got other advice from comedians that you held on to?
Yeah, I think for him it was. I told him that I'm just more interested in writing than performing, and I think that's true. Like, I like writing for other people. I've had the opportunity to submit for some network shows before and submit jokes for some things, and I just like the process of that more than like, oh, I, Angela Smith, am going to go up on stage and I have to be whatever my stand-up character is, like as close to reality as it is for me. And he gave me some advice about like, hey, well, if you want to write, like, you don't necessarily have to move to New York or LA anymore, but you need to be writing and submitting things all the time. And if you want to start, with pilots, then you need to do X, Y, and Z. So it was actually just very like practical advice about things.
Yeah.
And so that was great.
Coming from him, though, it's just like, oh,
Yeah.
you would like take it seriously. You'd be like, well, he knows. He's been doing it forever and he's awesome.
Yeah, and he listened to my set and like gave me feedback and compliments on jokes and stuff. He's like, "You're a good writer. I like how you wrote that. I like how you structured it." And I'm like, "Well, that'll carry me. I'll be walking on my, just floating through life for the next year just on those compliments alone." You're Dave Attell.
Yeah,
So,
that's awesome.
yeah, it meant a lot. So,
Yeah, he's the man.
Yeah.
Were any one of those better than others, or is that one of the best shows you think you've had, or
Like the best weekends, or like
best weekend or best show ever? Do you have one that sticks out?
Oh man, best show ever. Oh, opening for Tig Notaro.
Okay.
It was June 1st, 2019, and it was at the pageant, and I was so nervous I wanted to die. And I was doing 15, and I don't even remember how I got that gig. But I got it. And there were, probably the most people I've ever performed in front of. And I just had a great set. Everything hit. Everything was working. She did a great job of warming the crowd up to bring me out on stage. So
she did like a warm up thing.
Yes.
That's
so
cool.
that I was walking on air that night. That was amazing. That was also the last time my dad got to see me do comedy because he passed away, I don't know, 6 days later. So kind of
sorry to hear
wild.
that.
I know.
But,
yeah.
that's cool that
It's good. He loved supporting that. He was the funniest person I ever knew. So like for him to get to see, because he had seen me bomb. He had come to some stinkers. He'd seen me do really well too. He'd seen me take first in a couple rounds at the contest here in 2018 and saw me lose the contest in 2018. But then, he'd sat through some bar shows and stuff for me that just were stinkers. And so for the last thing of mine for him to see was like that many people responding positively to my comedy. And like, I know he was super proud.
Yeah,
and so it's
that's
like,
awesome.
that to me was the best show. But the Dave Attell ones came pretty close. The crowds were awesome. His fans are comedy people, so I didn't have to worry about like, oh, am I too dark or am I this or that? Like they were just there to have a good time.
Yeah.
And it's hard as the host to do well.
Yeah.
Like it just is because they're not warm yet. They probably only have one drink in their system unless they've been drinking all day. And that's a whole different problem. And then you're the first one. You're like the sacrificial lamb that has to go out there. And not only do you have to tell jokes and be funny, but you also have to host the show. You have to kind of give them the lay of the land and like keep things in check.
Got to remember the announcements.
And don't get the feature's name wrong, which I didn't. So it was, it can be really stressful. So the fact that his fans just showed up so warmed up and so ready, it's just, that's a great weekend to be a part of.
That's awesome. And speaking of features, like the guy that he brought with him was funny,
Alex
but
Price.
that guy was huge.
Yes, Alex Price is a monster comic.
Him in that green room at Helium. I was like, where is everyone else going to sit?
Yeah.
Because he was just like, I don't know, 6'9" probably.
Yeah,
and
I think that is correct. I think
he was
6'9",
huge.
6'8",
and
6'9".
he was a big guy.
So funny that Alex
he was
Price.
Funny, yeah.
Yeah, the green room was so crowded just with I'm 5'2", Dave's probably 5'2", and then Alex Price is like 6'9", and they had some super fan that came and dropped off like 2 duffel bags worth of crap for them. And that was taking up room in the green room. And they were like, oh, they do this at every tour stop. And it was full of like cartons of cigarettes and like, it looked like a duty free shop in a duffel bag. It was like, new unopened boxes of men's cologne and like snack cakes and stuff. And
Just some rando fan.
I guess.
Did he come into the green room and meet him? Or?
No. I
That
think
would've
they
been-
said they'd met them at another show, and they're actually like they're fine. They just are. I don't know if
Like
they're on a trust
traveling
fund, but like
groupie
yeah, they.
kinda huh.
I mean, thousands of dollars worth of
Wow.
stuff in these bags. Like so,
That's wild.
it was cramped in there.
Well, cool. Well, we got some comedy background there. That's good. We're going to move on to a segment now, if you're ready.
I'm ready.
Okay. Segment's called Die on This Hill. You know, it's pretty new. We're just going to kind of throw a belief or a, hot take we have out there and see if it sticks.
Okay.
But it's, a belief you have, and I'll just throw a short
Yeah,
one out there.
sure.
It happened today, actually.
Ooh.
I think it's fucked up that you get charged for sauces at fast food. Went to McDonald's today for lunch. Got to the window. I was like, "Can I get some ketchup and ranch?" Gave me the ketchup. They're like, "Ranch cost now."
Huh.
So if that's true, I'm pissed because it's McDonald's. Like, you'll get that at a Lee's Chicken or somewhere like that, but McDonald's, you got to do better.
Yeah, they got the
Have you
scale.
seen this anywhere or
Yeah.
anywhere? McDonald's can't be true for ranch, can it?
Well, first of all, what are you eating at McDonald's that you need ranch?
I put ranch on a McChicken
Okay.
or like chicken nuggets,
Oh,
but if they're going to charge for every sauce, I usually if I get nuggets, I'm like, just give me everything.
yeah.
I'll do one of
One of
each.
each. Oh yeah, Chick-fil-A is not going to charge you for sauce.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But-
Chick-fil-A they make it rain sauce. They got 18 different sauces for your chicken, and they never make you feel weird about it. So yeah, McDonald's with the scale that they have,
Yeah.
with how much money they're making, and it's now $20 for a Big Mac meal. I think they can throw in a ranch.
It's fucked up. If that's true, I'm pissed. If it was just this lady's first day and she didn't know, I'll let it slide. But
Yeah.
I'm a little worried.
Yeah, they don't want Big Jimmy mad at the
Yeah.
McDonald's.
I'll cut him off.
I'll reach behind that counter. I'll get the ranch myself.
Yeah. Everybody's cutting back. Like, you remember you used to go to Taco Bell, they just throw like 20 in there
Yeah.
without asking. Or you'd be like, "Oh, what do you want?" Like hot or mild or whatever. You're getting hooked up. Now
Yeah.
you get like 4.
Yeah. In the Taco Bell app, they make you put in how many sauces you want, and they count them out and put them in the bag. I was
That's
like,
just
the
a
person-
handful thing. You just
Person
throw it
working
in.
here can't count to start with.
Yeah.
And you're going to try and do 7 mild, 3 hot, 2 whatever. Yeah.
It's fucked up. And I tried to go there first.
Oh.
Pulled through the thing. There was a voice on the speaker. This location is permanently closed.
No.
5th Street, St. Charles.
Oh, good. It's not the one in Maplewood.
It's
Whoo,
not
boy.
that one, but I'm a little upset.
Yeah.
But how can a fucking Taco Bell in St. Charles not make it? I don't know. But that's what the hill I'm dying on. Don't charge me for the fucking sauce. If you gotta, add a quarter or whatever into the price, I'd rather have that
Yeah.
than just charging me outright.
Right. What's next? They're going to pay their employees a living wage?
Yeah,
Come on.
crazy. But that's the hill I'm dying on.
All right. That's a hill worth dying on.
Yeah.
I thought about this, and I was like, man, there's so many hills I would die on. So where do I want to go with it? OJ didn't do it. Women shouldn't be allowed to vote. Women shouldn't be allowed to drive. Women shouldn't have to work. But I landed on COVID was the best time ever.
Okay.
And that is the hill that I will die on. Hopefully not of COVID.
Yeah, that would be bad. That'd be the bad situation of COVID.
I loved lockdown. I loved it so much. I crave for lockdown to come back. So, mind you, I don't want all the death and suffering, and I don't want people having to watch their grandma die on Zoom. Not for those reasons anyway. But I loved how we didn't have to go anywhere and we had a built-in excuse. I loved that we could stream TV for 14 hours a day and we weren't lazy. We were heroes for staying inside. I loved that I could work from home in my pajamas. I loved that we were doing like Zoom cooking classes, like with this guy in Italy that was one of our team building events, was like, you could learn from an actual Italian how to make a pizza. And like, you just watch him
That's
on
fun.
video and do it. I loved that you could get margaritas curbside to go everywhere. And it was like totally cool. Like that started like, hey, you can get takeout and alcohol now. Like,
Yeah.
and then it all just went away. Oh, I love that the grocery store was never crowded. I loved that I had to wait in line for Trader Joe's, but that meant that I could go in and not have somebody have their cart up my asshole the whole time. I loved that the Trader Joe's cashiers wouldn't ask you about what you were buying because it was frowned upon to talk too much because you might spread COVID.
Yeah.
So I didn't have to be like, yes, I am getting cat litter and wine. Like, and it is all for me. And it is what my night is going to be. Like, I think lockdown was such a chill time. We sat outside a lot. We took a lot of walks. We fostered animals. We cooked a lot. We ate good food. We got so fat. We both gained like 30 to 40 pounds during COVID. Wouldn't recommend, but it meant my cooking was so good. We watched all of The Sopranos in like 2 weeks, which that is unheard of.
That is.
There's a lot of Sopranos.
Yeah, I just watched that like 6 months ago, and it took probably 6 months
Yeah.
or more because there's so many.
I mean, never again will we have the downtime and personal space and just the ability to say no to stuff like we did then. And I'm already tired again. So that's the hill I will die on. Bring back COVID.
COVID 2.0.
Lock us up. Lock us up.
That's a good hill.
Yeah.
You know, you never know. I mean, apparently it's just gone now. I don't know.
I don't think so. I think I had it like a week ago. But
What are you going to do?
I mean, you can't do anything. I had OG COVID and it almost wiped me out.
Yeah, I had that one too. That one wasn't that fun.
Yeah,
but
I got it.
The lockdown part was pretty good.
I got COVID in Spain before it was in
Oh.
the United States.
That was probably like the coming out of Wuhan
I
in
know.
like a Gulf Stream or something.
I think I was patient zero in St. Louis because I was overseas for work and I got what I thought was the flu. And I got home and I had 104-degree fever and I couldn't smell or taste anything. And all I did was sleep. And I went to urgent care and I was like, I think it's COVID. And they're like, we don't have that in America. And I was like, well, you do now. And I was so sick for so long. So anyway, I get to say that COVID can come back because I had it, you
Yeah.
know?
How long did it take to get your taste and smell back?
2 to 3 months.
Oh,
It was,
damn.
I mean, yeah.
I never got that, but I had the other symptoms, which
Oh,
were not
man.
great. But
Yeah.
the social aspect of it was not terrible.
Incredible.
I hear you. I got one more.
All right.
Probably everybody's going to be against me. I don't give a fuck. I'm dying on this hill. Androids are better than iPhones.
No.
Yeah. Right here. Me and all the 50-year-old dads.
What is your background? The Matrix? What am
Yeah.
I looking at?
Another Keanu movie.
Oh my God.
Not
you
John
have an-
Wick.
you
If I
have
change
an-
it to John Wick, maybe you'd like it.
You have this like Android updated phone with a movie reference from 1999.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I could
Go
change
on,
that.
King.
But, the reason it's on there is because they're so durable.
Uh-huh.
It just transferred everything over, including the background.
Okay.
I've got like my last 3 or 4 phones because they're all Androids. And another good feature, it has a back button right there.
Why would you put a back button? First of all, where he's showing it, folks, is it's to the right.
It's right there. You
That's
just hit
not
that.
intuitive.
Yeah,
Back
this
button
right
is
there.
to the left. This is back. This is forward.
Oh, no. Not
but
on
yours,
an Android.
oh my God.
It's right there by your thumb.
You Android freaks.
You got to go way up here for an iPhone. It's garbage.
No way. I still have my iPhone is made by Fisher Price. It is an SE from 2020 and it still has a button. And
Okay.
I won't upgrade because I don't want a bigger phone because I have small little midgy hands. So anything else I'm going to drop and break all the time. This does just fine.
How is that better than an Android or...
It fits in my hand. I don't
okay,
drop
so
it.
I'm Android and you're whatever that is.
My texts are blue, superior to green.
I'm green bubble for life. Green microphone, green bubble.
Don't do it. I can't believe Molly married you being green bubble.
It's true love.
True love.
That's it's another hill, but that's the segment. Dying on this hill. I think we're gonna wrap things up.
Yeah.
Where can people find your social media? What do you got coming up? What do you got going on?
I'm at Angela Smith STL on Instagram. It is a private account because somebody used to come to this club and stalk me. And I put everything on private, but I do post about upcoming shows on there. I am not on TikTok because I am afraid China will steal my brain. And I think the next big show I have coming up is in June. I'm featuring for Jeremy Hellwig at the Heavy Anchor. He is having an album release. And so, yeah, that's coming up. I'll find the date on that.
Yeah, I'll post it on there. I'm
Yeah.
not sure when this is coming out. I'll try to make it before then. But
I think it's mid to late June.
Okay.
So, yeah, other than that,
Well, cool. Well, make
Stick
sure
around.
you check out Angela Smith on all her social media. Really appreciate you being here.
thanks for having me.
Yeah, thank you very much. And thanks for listening to and watching Back of the Room.